You people are not gonna believe this. This is totally nuts. Well, first of all, there was another train that was hit by a meteor apparently last night, a train explosion in England, the UK, Britain, and it parallels the Minden, Louisiana explosion in that a train was hit by the meteor. But I had to go 5 pages deep on the YouTube search result for meteor today to find this. Meteor today. Meteor shower in Birmingham. After meteors hit in Meriden, Birmingham, UK, October 21st, 2012. You gotta see this. It's crazy. I'm gonna subscribe to this one's Robin Poole, Poole. Subscribe to her account. See if she finds any more meteor impact sites. Totally nuts. Wait until you see what else I dug up though. UFO fireball turns into a V shape. It's Russia. Motorway fireball crash leaves several dead. This is on YouTube.
Travelling along the M5, the horrendous scenes were all too clear. 27 lorries and cars crushed, tangled and left on fire. Emergency services were facing a desperate battle to save lives, with dozens injured. Eyewitnesses described a scene of complete devastation.
We could hear several loud explosions, there's debris all over the road and just general commotion really. They were dragging sort of people out of the cars and there was sort of people everywhere and it was quite confusing. And in our vehicle, the emergency services vehicle was coming up on our side of the carriageway as well. So we were sort of trying to get out of their way. I mean the heat from the fire was pretty intense really because my friend had the window down in the vehicle. We actually had to wind it up because it was actually sort of too hot even on our side of the road. It was just horrific to be honest. I mean it's probably the worst thing I've seen in my life.
It happened at around 8:30 last night, around junction 25 of the M5, close to Taunton Rugby Club. Those who live nearby described hearing explosions, seeing flames tear into the sky. Some of the victims were still trapped into the early hours. It's too early to say what caused the accident.
It has been foggy side of the road. It was just horrific to be honest, and it's probably the worst.
Right around junction 25 of the M5.
It was just horrific to be honest, and it's probably the worst thing I've seen in my life.
See where this is. I don't know where Birmingham, England is, if it's real close to this place. Don't go anywhere on me, there's more. Birmingham, UK. Right into the map. Okay, we got Birmingham. Let's see, that was Liverpool up there. Oh, I'm gonna go back here. Wellington, Taunton. Oh, let's look for Taunton. Check out where Birmingham is. Okay. Yeah. It's not very far for a meteor to travel. Anyhow, Well, yeah, meteor news is like, is dead now. I went to, what is it, the American Meteor Society, and there's been no updates since yesterday. Oh, now we get one update. North Carolina, best fireball I've ever seen. Very bright, close, and colorful. It ended with a ball of flashing fire and looked like it had another small ball very close to it, not as vivid or colorful as the main fireball. It was bright blue with hot glowing fire color. I can't really think of the right words to describe what I saw afterwards. Like glowing smoke, maybe. So, I don't know, that's the first one recorded today on top of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 reports yesterday of fireballs in the sky at the American Meteor Society. Anyhow, let's get back to our media watch here. This is fireballs. This would be a really low quality video of what I guess is Nibiru that when it was viewed in the southern hemisphere, when they took some images of it in the southern hemisphere, it's like right there, it's gonna come out from behind this cloud. I'm gonna fast forward this. It was like a right side up V. Now it's an upside down V. Russia obviously being in the northern hemisphere, so that it kind of indicates that, you know, whichever direction they need to push these meteors off of this winged fiery planet, that I don't know, it's like they gotta angle it depending on where the I don't know what side of the globe they're on. If they're on the southern hemisphere, then they gotta have it pointed up. If they're in the northern hemisphere, they gotta have it pointed down. Yeah, this is this fire in the sky that persists for like minutes and minutes. It's obviously not anything entering the atmosphere, and this is a really low quality video, and there's apparently a lot of haze between the camera and I don't know, the outside of the atmosphere in this image. But yeah, I don't know, it's just more documentation of Nibiru still being in the vicinity. These two objects apparently on fire were spotted on September 8, 2012 in Verona, Italy. Many reported the same objects, but with different behaviors and numbers. September 1st, 27th, 28th, 29th, October 3rd, 4th, 7th, 14th, 15th. So the longer this thing is out there, this is apparently Nibiru. Yeah, it's the fiery winged disc, but this is a low quality video at night apparently, and it's not gonna give us the same really sharp detail as to like the position of the wings and all that, but it looks to be about the same size on the camera. And this video is showing that there's two of them. There it is. That's probably the best image right there to show that there's wings on it. Yeah, so as long as Nibiru persists out there in our neighborhood, in the solar system, they're going to be lobbing meteor bombs at us. When these things hit the ground, they are a fiery catastrophe. They cause a outrageous explosion. Yeah, that's all the media that I found on it today. Actually, there's this also. What is this? Oh yeah. This is only lasts for a split second, but it's like the highest quality view of the entry of one of these things. Try to pause it right on the... It's tough getting it right on the refresh. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's what it looked like coming in through the atmosphere. Boom! You know, but if it doesn't break up in the atmosphere because it's big enough to reach the ground, then, you know, this is the boom that results on the ground. Nuclear, at least it heats to the degree that a nuclear weapon would, 1700 degrees or beyond. Well, this report that I was just watching says that these are being reported all over the United States. Not really getting good color there. It goes from like blue to reddish orange to yellow. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to start seeing crazy meteor showers on account of last year when Elenin, extinction level event Nin, aka Nibiru, the winged planet, when it flew through our solar system. This is what it looked like. And but it's a different characteristic of the sky, and you're also looking through a bunch of space there, but you can see that it goes from like, yeah, this is more greenish, but you know, the sky looks like it was kind of green to like reddish orange to yellow. So whatever this thing is made of, that's what's these meteors right now. I gotta start this back at the beginning to show you how far off this is. That's a really good zoom in. That's it right there. So I mean, it is way out there. It is way out there in well, it was way out there in space. They say that this video was taken in August 27th of 2011.
That's that same thing, exactly the same.
That's it. So, I don't know, the Earth is going around the sun like this, right? And this was way out there in space in August. And you know, these fireballs, they're apparently kicking off whatever this thing is made of. It's just, you know, whatever it's made of is just flying, being kicked out into space. And where that stuff would then have been orbiting the sun, you know, however many months away from the Earth this was when that fireball, yeah, when that fireball occurred. We're flying through it now. Yeah, I don't know how much worse the meteor fireballs are going to get. The report that put me onto this, though, he didn't just say that they were fireballs, these things. This is the report right here from Idaho Picker. Fireball reports coming in from across the nation. And he says he saw one of these himself. He's personally, he saw one of these in the sky. This isn't the picture that he took. This is a picture somebody else took. But he says that this is exactly what he saw. He reports also, though, that there have been 11 explosions in Louisiana just in the past day. And I was out there searching the internet trying to find the explosions in Louisiana, but I couldn't find them. I don't know, you know, obviously, with the media being in control of 3 corporations, you know, that they're, you know, this is the type of stuff that they black out, you know, when it is that, you know, they're hoping people are going to get murdered by it, you know, so nobody will do, you know, what's necessary to survive it. But yeah, I don't know, just more crazy times we're living in. Nibiru fireballs falling from the sky. Started out my day with my news watch, and came across this video on the Cutting Edge, Edge spelled EJ, his channel on YouTube, and he directed me to this channel. And this girl, she follows the news, but she doesn't document what she read very well. So there's no link in the video. This video. So I had to go out to Google, and I did a search for UK meteor strike, and I came up with this really interesting article. Scientists discover evidence that meteor storm, a storm of meteors, hit the Earth 12,000 years ago. And that it extincted a people. That there was, I'll go right to the article over here. Meteor storm smashed the Earth 12,000 years ago and killed off a prehistoric people. Well, that's interesting. 12 June 2012. I haven't read it yet. Anyhow, then there's this. Oh, it's the meteor that sonic boomed over Britain today. Yeah, green with like a red-orange tail. Meteosonic boom shakes Devon. Police inundated with calls. Sounds like the Louisiana bombing the other day, right? Police in Devon were inundated with calls after a loud bang shook the earth and left people frightened just after 4 p.m. on Thursday. Police say they initially thought there had been a mini earthquake, but calls to the British Geological Survey proved that wasn't the case. You know what I'm thinking is that that hitting that deep bunker in Louisiana, that was no accident. That was to evaluate the exactly what the strength of these was going to be, to ensure that they're not going to bust the bunkers. And that apparently there's some technology in space that's aiming these things to drop them on Earth in precise locations. There's been all kinds of unexplained explosions in Russia and in the U.S. in recent days. There was a bunker explosion in Yemen the other day. The BGS suggested it was more likely to have been the sonic boom caused by a meteor passing through the Earth's atmosphere. A police spokesman said, "We received a number of calls just after 4 p.m. on Thursday from people reporting a loud bang and shaking." Oh, this is an artist's impression of a meteorite fall. There were reports of crockery shaking in similar disturbance. You know, I've seen some meteors in my time, and usually they do not have a red tail behind them. You know, that this artist's impression of a meteorite fall shows like these new type of meteorites that are falling now, but not the type of meteorites that have been known to commonly fall on Earth. it speaks to the treachery in that this is propaganda, that they're manipulating the media to present these things that are going to be smashing the Earth as normal. But this is not normal. That's not a normal meteorite. Usually it's just a flash of white that streaks across the sky. We just had a mini earthquake. And that sounds exactly what was described not only in Louisiana related to the Louisiana apparent apparent meteorite strike, which there's also eyewitnesses that said that something came down. Something came down, then there was that explosion. But there was, as far away as Texas from Louisiana, reports of the ground having shook from the strike of the meteor, apparently. These things are pretty powerful. Yeah, I almost forgot. I want to make mention of this one other aspect of this, that this mass extinction that was caused, they claim in this article that it wiped out mammoths 12,000 years ago. This meteorite smashing or meteor smashing that extincted a people, it occurred at the same time as the Bird-Serpent War, which is the war during which the advanced society of Atlantis was said to have been wiped off Earth, that they were extincted from the planet. And there's more evidence that that was a reality, and that Atlantis is America. Did a whole video on it. You'll have to go look that up. But if you do a search on my channel for Atlantis, you'll probably find that video pretty easy. Yeah, the Bird-Serpent War. Atlantis attempted to invade Europe. Apparently they were defeated in Europe. At about the same time, it's said that there's a nanodiamond layer that showed up in the geologic strata, that there's a layer across the whole of North America of nanodiamonds. Now this layer of nanodiamonds is not global, which speaks to their being able to direct these meteors. And that they sent them at a particular continent. These meteors, this is interesting. They say in here that this meteorite storm that smashed the Earth 12,000 years ago, killed off a prehistoric people, that it formed glass. They say melt glass forms at 1700 degrees, equal to atomic bomb. So, it's the type of event that if it were to smash in Louisiana, it would be heard in Texas. And that it wiped out an advanced society. It speaks to the capacity of this thing to have been so sprayed, so many of these meteorites sprayed towards the Earth, that who knows, maybe they could wipe out every continent. Of course they could. Just if you go check out my video that I just posted the other day, Nibiru fireballs, Nibiru fireballs rain down on Earth. Check out that video. I give a explanation as to how it is that these things might be. This thing passed us last August, and it was way off in space. Yeah, this is basically, this is about like a telescope quality image of it. This is what they were calling Elenin, extinction level event NIN. But yeah, if you go check out that video, you know, maybe you come to an understanding of how big that thing is and how much of these meteorites it could have sprayed. You know, with this blast of fire that was coming off of it, you know, that it is the same color as these things that are streaking into the earth and smashing the ground now. There's been about report of, I want to say, like 10 or 20 of these so far. Yeah, and there's been all kinds of explosions reported, unexplained explosions in recent weeks. There's actually part of this video.
I do it to stay sharp. I take care of my body, but it's harder to work out my brain.
Yeah. I'm gonna go right to this image. There it is. There's a picture of one of these earth-smashing meteors. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna be seeing a lot more of these things. Yeah, maybe whole continents will get demolished to rubble, and it'd be like a whole new layer of nanodiamonds. There's 146 sightings of these in one day. The other day, probably a lot of those sightings were the same meteor fallen. So far, I'm gonna guess that there's been about, maybe 10 or 20 of these strike the Earth. From the reports of the explosions, the unexplained explosions, and the sightings. The report that came in from California, San Francisco, it actually said that the witnesses observed this, it was exactly this type of thing, fall out of the sky and strike the Earth near Silicon Valley. So, we're dealing with some, what are going to be numerous meteors that are a product of this thing, which, let me show you. That's how far off that thing is. Start this back at the beginning to show you how far off this is. That's a really good zoom in. That's it right there. So I mean, it is way out there. It is way out there in well, it was way out there in space. They say that this video was taken in August 27th of 2011. Yeah, you get the idea that, I don't know, this thing, this winged planet, this fiery winged planet, what has in the past been called Nibiru, flew past us last year in August, and now whatever it spewed is raining down on Earth. Regarding the Louisiana explosion, the military claims that it was an explosion, that it was not a meteor strike. But there was another sonic boom yesterday in Rhode Island last night, and the military claimed that it was 2 of their F-15 jets breaking the sound barrier, which, to my understanding, is against military protocol for them to over civilian airspace, or over over civilians where people live in cities or towns or suburbs or whatever, that the military's not supposed to be cracking sonic booms there. That's what they have, like, fighter schools out in the desert for and whatnot. But I just did the search for military protocol sonic boom, and I came up with some interesting results. This one right here: mystery boom and shaking, the extinction protocol 2012 and beyond. May, Scotland, sonic boom blamed for yada yada. The witnessed meteor that streaked over California last night. It was said to have caused a sonic boom. That here it is. Loud boom and shaking reported in Bay Area as fireball streaks across the sky. October 19th. Loud noises and tremors in Jauhar, India. September 10th, there was more meteors, massive booming meteors reported earlier this year. Residents Chula Vista, Oceanside reported a large rumble. A mysterious sensation was described by some as sounding like a door slamming, while others said it was strong enough to rattle windows. May 27th, mysterious booms, explosions in Michigan. Mysterious rattling and tremors in North Scotland blamed on aircraft. So there seems to be a pattern here with the military claiming that all of these booms are theirs. Other than when it's witnessed that there's a meteor streaking across the sky when the sonic boom occurs. So, my estimation, that's a military cover-up, that the military is trying to hide this devastation by meteor showers that we're about to experience. Found this video last year, and it seems like it was reposted yesterday when I started posting my Nibiru videos to YouTube. Probably to throw me off of the top search results. But, because it seems like I'm the only one who's posting Nibiru stuff right now. This is the same phenomenon that I've been reporting, that I use this other video. This is another video taken from South America. Let you watch some of it.
Ahí estoy sobre la carretera y voy a hacer la aproximación.
Guy's got a much better camera than that other video.
La próximo.
Yeah, so you see it's a disc, pair of wings. Now, the Sumerians, the ancient Sumerians, they were saying that Nibiru arrives every 3,600 years. And this is their symbol for Nibiru. It evolved from this to these various other symbols, all of which are to relate understanding of Nibiru and its use for war. I'll read some of this. Wherever the archaeologists uncovered the remains of Near Eastern peoples, the symbol of the winged globe was conspicuous, dominating temples and palaces, carved on rocks, etched on cylinder seals, painted on walls. It accompanied kings and priests, stood above their thrones, hovered above them in battle sciences, was etched into their chariots. Central to the religious beliefs and astronomy of the ancient world remained within the solar system in that its grand orbit returned periodically to the Earth's vicinity. The pictograph sign of the 12th planet, the planet of the crossing, was a cross. Cuneiform signs, which also meant divine, also evolved in the Semitic languages to the letter tav, which meant the sign. Semitic meaning languages of the sons of Shem, who was son of Noah. Yeah, so they calculated its trajectory and all this also. Planet X, Nibiru, as related by the ancient Sumerians, seems to have visited our skies recently. The winged fiery disk. Oh yeah, that's something that I didn't discover by this search that I did. This notion that the planet is on fire. It is a fiery planet. Nibiru, winged planet Sumerian. That's the search that I did to arrive at that. So I'm going to add fiery to it. Sumerian accounts of the great celestial battle between Nibiru and Earth's I have to search on this page. Sumerian accounts of the great celestial battle between Nibiru and Earth's precursor, the watery monster Tiamat, indicate clearly its identity as a fiery hulk. So there you go. The planet Nibiru is said to be fiery. They also have some legend to say that Nibiru smashed a planet that became the asteroid belt, the moon, and Earth. As far as I understand it, that it seems to be made up. That Nibiru itself seems to be artificial, but this notion that Nibiru helped form Earth, it seems to be bogus. But it is disinformation to provide this seeming, this we'll give people this call to inactivity, to not bother doing anything about this. You know, there's just some natural phenomenon, this fiery winged planet. Even though there's no place else in the whole universe where a fiery winged planet has been observed. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to take that back because there's a video of one.
Could this picture be the planet Nibiru?
It's not quite. Yeah, this fiery winged planet is a star that consumed its neighbor, but yeah, it does not seem to be related to this Nibiru phenomenon, really. And what I think Nibiru is it's basically a Death Star. It's a planet that was made for the purpose of military might. That the thing is a facility toward military domination of the Earth that is put into use approximately every 3,600 years. And this fleshy man god of Earth that has been dominating Earth, abusing regenerative medicine to restore his youth, that he's also been using this fiery winged planet Nibiru to impose domination on the people of Earth. How would he do it? How would he make this enormous planet that spews fire and spews metal meteors? You know, it's a massive industrial undertaking, but yeah, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be possible. And the story of Star Wars and the Death Star that Darth Vader commanded under who was subjugate to the Emperor. I think it's funny that Darth Vader was he was like part cyborg. That maybe that tells us something as to how it is that thing is being maintained. That it's like a robot army that is keeping that thing functional. Year after year, 3,600 years at a time. But yeah, I don't know. It looks like Earth's about to get smacked up again by the planet Nibiru. In the fleshy man god emperor. Well, here is your latest Nibiru fireball update. Apparently, some earthquakes in recent days have been misattributed to being earthquakes, that they were really the result of these fireballs, which people who have witnessed the fireballs describe an accompanying earthquake and a sonic boom. And in the recent Massachusetts earthquake, which was a 4.0 earthquake, I find the article right here. Thousands report loud boom. They said they heard a boom, they felt a shaking. It was like an earthquake. The seismographs recorded a 4.0 earthquake. This is how one person described it. We heard it coming. It sounded like an airplane at treetop level. The quake probably only lasted about 5 seconds. It felt like it went up my driveway, under the kitchen, and out the backyard. It was pretty cool. Yeah, so that's another of these sonic boom quakes, exactly as was described by people in Devonshire. Oh yeah, this was the most recent, or the furthest back one that that I was able to find in October, which is this right here, 16 October 2012. Witnesses report seeing a fireball streak across the sky in Washington, D.C. region. I was walking to Alliance Francaise from the zoo metro stop around 7. Saw a white light zip sky zip past overhead and then go out with a small boom. So, D.C., Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. I guess it was seen in all of those areas. Devon and Cornwall in the UK. The misattributed earthquake, which apparently was another one of these sonic boom meteors, turned meteorite. Meteor explodes. Okay, over Devon, England. I wonder why they listed that twice. Let's see, I want to check the date on that. 19 and 19. Okay, those are on the same day. I think that these were different events. It was reported in Northern California and in Southern California, and actually all across California. And this is a particularly interesting part of this, is that it is not related to the Orionids meteor shower. There's supposed to be a meteor shower that starts up on Sunday, but scientists, they released interview to the media, and they said that the really big meteor that was witnessed in California was not it did not emanate from the Orion constellation, which is what would give rise to the understanding that it was an Orionid, that it comes from the Orion constellation. It's actually, the Orionids, they are the comet dust of Halley's Comet. But this came from a totally different area in the sky, so it's not related to that. Oh yeah, and then this website, Sign of the Times, SOTT.net, they report that it's a government cover-up, the meteorite impact in Minden, Louisiana. Which, you know, that follows with my estimation of the event, because there are eyewitnesses that reported something came down, then there was the explosion. Check out this one, the Yellow and Orange Trail, Queensland, Australia. That was in 29 August. I guess that's another artist's rendition of the event. Okay, here's another one. The other one was in Devon, England. This one was in Lincolnshire. They report that the Orionids are to light up the night skies this weekend, which is not really related so much to all this. Alberta, Canada. Gold tail. Wonder if there was a sonic boom. Okay, no noise, but very, very bright. Back to news of Louisiana. Multiple fireballs explode over Baraboo, Wisconsin on 5 April and 4 August. Ontario, Canada, 8 October. Let's see. Orange flash. No sound with this one. Now this is back in early October. It's another shot of Nibiru, the winged planet. Let's read the description here. Maybe this is not a meteor, too slow, nor a fireball. Seems two balls to me anyway. Maybe some kind of high-flying plane. It will be a very hard descent for a human body. I can't even imagine the speed and the compression you have to take. It has fallen for sure, but WTF is that? No official media reports have been released about it. It's not a meteor, it's a planet. It's way off in space. Yeah, I just want to make this point that this phenomenon of sonic booms with all these meteors, that's not normal. It's highly unusual. And I can't remember ever having heard of a sonic boom accompanying the sighting of a meteor ever before this week. And now there's how many reports? How many reports of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 reports so far. UK, Devonshire calls to the police, reported a meteor caused a sonic boom. DC, Rhode Island, Northern California, Southern California, Louisiana, the Northeast, the misattributed earthquake, the sonic boom that was that caused the ground to quake. So that's 7 so far. This doesn't also take into account that there was, Queensland, Australia. So that's 8. There was unexplained explosions in Yemen and Russia. Something that was characteristic of a lot of these is that the windows were shattered in proximity to the sonic boom, and that was also characteristic of the explosion in Russia. I'm gonna guess we're just barely entering the field right now, the field of meteors that are this size and bigger, and that the deeper we get into this field, the more of the bigger ones we're gonna come across. And eventually, one of these is going to smack a continent hard enough to leave a huge crater. Maybe cause an ejecta plume. I don't know how thick the field is out there, but obviously somebody with like radio telescope or something like that, they would have to know at this point, and obviously the government is suppressing this knowledge. They're not going to let anybody know. Science admits that this is an anomaly, that this is highly unusual for there to be all these fireballs. Check it out. A few hours later, Ross received another burst of 126 sightings, but these weren't from Europe. Instead, a fireball had appeared over southeastern Canada and the US Northeast. What at first seemed the unlikely arrival of 2 dramatic bolides in a single night is now known to be something much more historic and scientifically profound. They're saying it's unprecedented. It's never been recorded that 2 huge fireball meteors be observed in the same night. And now we've had a dozen in just 4 days or so. Going back through some of these pages on signofthetimes.net, their Fire in the Sky section. And this was interesting. The International Space Station changed its orbit to avoid a possible collision with debris. Some unspecified debris. Just a couple weeks earlier, the International Space Station was hit by a meteor. There's another one on here. Oh, this is crazy. This meteor boomeranged all the way around Earth. That's what they say here. This meteor right here, it went all the way around Earth and slung off the other side. For the first time ever, a meteor has grazed in and out of Earth's atmosphere, slow enough to become a temporary satellite that lasted a full orbit. So apparently you got slung back in front of us. Great. Green fireball blazes across Western Cape, South Africa, 30 September 2012. NASA cancels International Space Station alert related to space debris. They say here, space debris is of course cover for increased fireball flux. Of course, increased fireball flux. You know, they're saying that the government's lying, obviously. Super bright fireball explodes over Finland, 21 September 2012. It's being reported on the 23rd. Finland. Super bright fireball. You know, I don't want you to notice about these that were coming in last month, September. They're hidden out here on signofthetimes.net. None of these report any sonic boom. So a month ago, when these were entering the atmosphere, they were causing these bright fireballs, but they weren't causing these sonic booms, and none of them had impacted the Earth. They all burnt out before they reached the ground. So they were smaller size meteor. But in the past 4 days, the sonic booms of meteors have just they're at phenomenal highs. I mean, there's no time in recorded history that there was ever this many sonic booms resulting from meteors. Fireball seen across northeastern U.S. seaboard, 20 September 2012. And that would probably be because the it was never... Oh, there's another one in California last month. That nobody's alive after this to record it. That's why it's not in history. All of these fireballs fallen. You know what, I'm gonna go to this article, hopefully. What was the name of this? Fireball. UK extinction. Oh, maybe it was meteor. Scientists discover evidence that meteorite storm hit the Earth. You know, if you watched the whole series, then you already seen this. I reported this earlier in the series when I found this. Meteorite storm smashed the Earth 12,000 years ago and killed off a prehistoric people. So that would be why there's no evidence of this ever having happened before in all of history. That, you know, history hasn't recorded it, because when people have seen it, then they all died. But, you know, there's all kinds of geologic evidence of this having happened. Like there's a diamond layer, nano diamonds. There's glass melt from this, which says that the heat was equal to an atomic bomb. And, you know, I think you can imagine the pressure and the heat from that might form some nano diamonds. But the whole of North America is... there's another being that went extinct. The whole of North America is caked with a layer of nano diamonds from about the same time that people... this report is coming from Britain. where this melt glass was formed. Melt glass appears identical to other material found in Meteor Crater in Arizona and in Australia. Yeah, it's interesting that they don't note when those meteors struck. Okay, the material was found in a thin layer of rock in Pennsylvania and South Carolina in the U.S., along with Syria. Oh, so U.S., Syria, the nanodiamonds also are in Belgium. You know, there's a few places overseas, you know, in like West Asia, you know, the Middle East, and a few places in Europe that were struck by these 12,000 years ago. But the predominance of the nanodiamond layer is on North America. You know, it's not even on South America, it's just on North America. So that's to say that, you know, these can be targeted, that they, you know, they're, as a military weapon, they are specific, that they can be dropped on a particular location. Oh yeah, there's, let's see, Syria, scientists found the melt glass evidence of the meteorite intense heat in Pennsylvania and South Carolina in the U.S. along with Syria. Yeah, they're showing Syria here, but that's Syria right there. So the U.S., Syria, you know, I don't know why they give us the U.S. twice, Pennsylvania and South Carolina, because, you know, it's, I don't know, the nanodiamond layer in this, presumably this glass, it's across the whole of America, as they're shown in this map. Oh, look, it's melt glass. Oh, and this one was formed by the nuclear airburst in New Mexico in 1945. Yeah, I don't know. Hope you got your bunker dug. Holy crapola. The sonic booms from these meteors are loud. It's crazy. Found a video of it. I guess I'll go back to where the flash was. That's it. We missed the flash. Go back to the flash here. finally I found a decent quality video of one of these fireballs. I want you to notice a couple things here. That we're going to actually see 3 meteors enter Earth's atmosphere. 2 of them come from the same direction. The third one is an apparent Orionid. It comes in from a totally different direction. Watch. That's the first one. It's the second. Comes a third. Oh, there it was. You just barely saw that third one. I'm gonna rewind so you can get a better look at it. There it is. The third one is a very typical meteor. I want you to get one more look at it and contrast it with the first one. It's very different, right? Oh, look, there's a little cloud falling from it. Interesting. Yeah, this is you see, this is being reported on October 20th out of Japan at the Okinawa Observatory. Yeah, so not only are we getting these explosive fireballs still, but we're getting numerous of them per day. Continued numerous explosive fireballs. Found another good site that's a good resource for researching fireball sightings. This one is AMS, the American Meteor Society, amsmeteors.org. And look at this. Let's see, October 27th, 2012. I don't know why that's why that date is off, because it's only, what is it, 21st now? Yeah, today's the 21st. Look, we got 2 reports, sightings on the 21st. '20th. You know, maybe that's what the problem was, is the person thought they were typing 21, but they typed 27 or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal with their form is. 20th, 19th. Still on the 19th. Still on the 19th. 17th. 17th, 16th, 10th. What I found out is that these bolids, just in the past couple of years, they're very commonly hitting our atmosphere. There is a recent uptick in these sightings, though. And the intensity of the sightings, like right here, this last column with the yeses or nos, that's to indicate, was there a sound? Was there a sonic boom with it? And a lot of these says yes, there was a sonic boom. Yes, there was sound. Yes, sound. The ones that that are saying that there was no sound, I'm gonna guess they were just not over, or the meteor wasn't over top of them. The meteor was skewed far off to the side from where they were observing the meteor, so like the sound didn't have the sound was deadened by the amount of atmosphere that it traveled through to get to them. Now, I'm sure a lot of these, especially considering the intensity of these meteor fireballs, that the ones that are on the same day, they could be the same the same meteor. Like Santa Cruz, California, this one that I presume that was supposed to be on the 21st, because today is the 21st, couldn't have been the 27th. In Santa Cruz, California, yes, there was a sound to it. In Nevada, apparently there was no sound to it. In Nevada, California, there was no sound apparently. So depending on where, how close proximity to the fall of the meteor, there may or may not be sound with it, but these are almost definitely causing sound. Yeah, they just might not. They might be falling someplace where there's not very many people that are paying attention to the sky right then, so they're not hearing it. But just about all of these people are saying this is no type of meteor that they have ever seen, and a lot of these people are saying, I've seen a lot of meteors fall, but I've never seen any meteor like this. Look at all these different places where they were sighting. So California, Wisconsin, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, more California, Indiana, more California, Missouri, Oklahoma, Virginia, Minnesota, North Carolina, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, Oklahoma, Florida, Kentucky, Arkansas, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, California, Oregon, California, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Georgia, up to Pennsylvania. We had just 1 week's worth of fireballs. There's a couple other things that were interesting here. One of these guys, in their description of the fireball, they say that they watched it, that it was burning right up until it was about 150 feet above the ground. So, you know, presumably it fell out on the ground, that it smacked the earth. There's another person here that says that it was just about a half mile in front of them where it fell, and that when they drove past where it had fallen, that they detected a sulfurish smell. Sulfurish smell. I went across the sky in front of my car about a half mile ahead, and just to the left of me, by the time I passed the area, there was a weird sulfurish smell. So the people that they described, that it had the color of magnesium, burning magnesium. Magnesium burns very hot. Looked completely different than a shooting star. Yeah, I don't know, so that's the deal. All these people, they're saying that, you know, this is a new phenomenon, that, you know, what's going on right now is nothing normal. And from what I've been able to gather here, the sightings just in this week have spiked to unprecedented levels. Although across the past couple years, the sightings have been up also. And it's notable that, yeah, I'm gonna go find this video. There's been videos being posted to YouTube that are like, people on YouTube are mirroring the videos that are being taken by Soho of UFOs by the sun. When I do the search Soho UFO sun on on YouTube. Soho is the solar observatory. That there's a telescope in space that's watching the sun, and people are seeing all these kinds of UFOs. That there's like huge motherships orbiting the sun, and there were some that were like dipped in the sun. In recent months, there was a video that came out of a tornado on the sun. It's another image that looked like Nibiru. The images of Nibiru that the Sumerians carved into their stonework and used as seals. There's one of these videos that shows a really good UFO that's it's actually orbiting the sun, almost like it's rolling across the surface of the sun. See if I can find that one. Alien craft monitoring the sun, expected to have huge solar storms. This is that UFO that looks like Nibiru, the winged planet. UFOs orbiting the sun. Shadow on the sun right there. It's not the best one I've seen. I really want to see this one where it's an orb that's orbiting the sun.
Hello, I found this cube-like object around the sun, and I thought I'd post it because it's kind of interesting. It's I call it a cube because it is looks like a cube. I'm not saying.
Try this one. September 27th. Find that video and I'll post another video. After I searched YouTube for like 2 hours trying to find this video, I remembered that I had asked for permission from this guy who had posted this video originally, and he gave me permission to mirror his video. It's actually one of my more popular videos. I got like almost 8,500 views on this video so far. And this is the video with the orbs. When I first saw that there was these videos from Soho of orbs orbiting the sun, I was thinking that it was a hoax, that NASA was hoaxing us to make us believe that, you know, there's like some external threat in space, a threat in space that is not human, is extraterrestrial threat in space. But I still don't think that there's a extraterrestrial. I don't think that any threat that there might be in space comes from some other solar system. I see it as being possible. I just don't see it as being likely. The phenomenal distances to travel all that way. I think that the real threat in space has been put there by people. People of ancient history, distant past, people who have been suppressing the knowledge of technological advancement. And particularly one of them, who I sometimes refer to as the fleshy man god, that he be extending his life indefinitely by regenerative medicine, the capacity to, with stem cells, which sperm and fat, they're both stem cells, the capacity to restore youth with stem cells, regenerative medicine. Anyhow, so I think that guy, he's been, the fleshy man god, the emperor, that he's been abusing regenerative medicine, that he's been delivering every person of every generation to death, and that he's been maintaining a fleet of weapons in space that every so often he just demolishes the whole planet, just extincts the, just totally thrashes humanity out of existence until everybody who has knowledge of anything that is important, anything that might preserve humanity, might prevent him from being able to so thrash humanity to near extinction, that all knowledge is lost, that he extinct all those people. One example of it, the first Chinese emperor, Emperor Qin, he sent out an order to within his empire for all of the intellectuals to be rounded up. So he gathered about the 460 smartest people in China in that time, and he had his army dig a hole deep enough that they could all be thrown in it, and then he had them thrown into the hole and buried. Which is just an example of what it is that they do, the empire, with these people who get smart. Qin, he then inquired about how it is that a person goes about becoming immortal. How is it that people extend their lives indefinitely? And he asked this of his alchemists. And the alchemists put him on a steady diet of mercury, that he ate mercury until he died of mercury poisoning. It's an interesting little segue that it relates to this, that it's been known since ancient times that there is this capacity to extend human life indefinitely, but it seems that nobody has been able to take advantage of it except for that one fleshy man god, the emperor, who ensures that everybody else dies. Anyhow, this is the video of the orbs that are orbiting really close to the sun. Turn down the sound a little bit. So, with all these meteors apparently having been hurled towards the Earth in recent weeks, I'm thinking now maybe this wasn't a hoax. Maybe there really has been these planet-sized UFOs orbiting the sun. One way that I thought it could have been done is that like NASA, they just have a computer calculating out what would be added to the image, that it would look like there were UFOs in like a 3D rendering program, something like 3D Studio Max, that they use 3D Studio Max to impose on the images that they are taking of the sun this additive representation of these UFOs orbiting the sun. But there is the possibility that there really are these UFOs orbiting the sun. There's if he has all of these planet-sized UFOs out there, then he could abandon this planet and not really care too much that the planet gets turned into a black hole, as it seems is happening by the Fukushima nuclear disaster. That the meltdown at Fukushima went into the ground, they never stopped it, It's eventually going to turn into a supervolcano once it hits the mantle, Earth's mantle, the molten iron core of Earth. Eventually, it will reach the center of Earth, and that whole time that it's traveling down through the gravity towards the very core of Earth, it's going to be gaining material into it, and it's going to be converting that material into uranium and plutonium by a process that's called breeder reactor. That once you have a critical mass of nuclear material, uranium or plutonium, it begins to pull by its own gravity, it pulls the material that's around it into it, and thereby it grows. It grows in density and it grows in mass. And once a critical mass is achieved, it will just continue to grow in density and in mass until it gathers everything that's around it into it. And it could grow to such an extent that it become a black hole, that a nuclear meltdown can result in black hole Earth. A critical mass is just 12 pounds of uranium of a certain percentage purity. I think it's like over 30% or so. 12 pounds of 30% purity uranium will begin to purify the environment around it into uranium, that it all become a impure uranium. But the meltdown at Fukushima was 230 tons of uranium. That's just as it went into the Earth. So, there's it's got a huge size to it that is all pulling material into it. So very quickly, it's gonna grow, and if it reaches the mantle, it's gonna be very hard, if at all possible, to diffuse the black hole that it's going to become. But if it becomes a black hole, it will be useful to space travelers in order to loop off of the black hole that it is. The gravity of it will give the capacity to pass it. If you pass it at a certain speed at a certain distance, then it will slingshot, so it will accelerate the object that flies past it at the correct speed and distance for the gravity that it is worth. And so it will become a facility to space travelers. If there's if these planet-sized spaceships are out there and they form this black hole out of Earth, then they'll be able to slingshot off of it in order to be able to reach further and further. Each orbit that they slingshot themselves off of it, they'll be able to gain speed and send themselves further out into space at a higher speed, so as to be able to more quickly reach a distant solar system. And who knows if there's some power out there that there's some other advanced society that will discover them and put an end to this wretched treachery that their lives have been. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they'll be the most advanced society, most advanced space traveling civilization that they'll find. Until they get so far deep into space that there's nobody questioning how well their lives went off. That it be obscured by their the distance in time from when it is that they nuclear demolished this planet and destroyed all of these beings, to where they get so far deep into space that nobody cares. Nobody cares what their history was.